Morning, everyone. We have already talked about and we have already discussed about the three kinds of rock: your igneous rock, your sedimentary rock, and your metamorphic rock. How your igneous rocks were formed? Igneous rocks were formed when your molten lava or your molten magma, it comes out on the surface of the earth and cools down. Then your igneous rocks are formed. Then there were two kinds of igneous rocks: intrusive and extrusive. Now, what is the difference between extrusive and intrusive igneous rocks? In extrusive igneous rocks, the molten lava, it comes out on the surface of the earth and it rapidly cools down, right? It comes out on the surface of the earth and cools down rapidly. Then this type of rocks are called extrusive igneous rocks. What about your intrusive igneous rocks? In intrusive igneous rocks, the molten lava, firstly, it doesn't comes out on the surface of the earth. It gets stuck between the earth crust, right? It gets stuck between the earth crust, and it takes thousands or millions of years for these kind of rocks to cool down, right? The molten lava in the earth crust, it takes millions or thousands of years to cool down, thus forming intrusive igneous rocks. Now, when your igneous rocks break down into sediments, they form sedimentary rocks. And when your igneous and sedimentary rocks, they are exposed to heat and pressure, then your metamorphic rocks are formed. Now, today we'll be studying about the last topic of this chapter, the rock cycle. The process of transformation of the rock from one to another is known as the rock cycle. When the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form molten magma again. This molten magma again cool down and solidify into rocks that are known as igneous rocks. Now, rocks are made up of different minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which are found in the core of the earth, which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. For example, coal, natural gas, petroleum. They are also used in industries: iron, aluminium, gold, uranium, etc. In medicines, in fertilizers, etc. So rocks are made up of minerals, right? Minerals, when your core of the earth, core of the earth is rich in minerals. So when this molten magma, it comes out of the earth, these rocks along with this molten magma comes out along with the minerals, and when this magma cools down, the minerals are trapped in your rocks. Now, image of rock cycle. This is your magma. Magma comes out on the surface of the earth. Cooling and crystallization takes place. Igneous rocks are formed. Igneous rocks are further carried, weather and erosion, into sediments. Your sedimentary rocks are formed. Now, sedimentary rocks and igneous rocks, they are exposed to heat and pressure. Then your metamorphic rocks are formed. Metamorphic rocks, which are still under great pressure, they again melt down and your magma is formed. So this is the image of rock cycle.